Hello, 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 my family friends, my diadems, and my jewels. I just want to check to make sure that I am live. We don't want this one. We want this one. Hello, hello, hello. I think everybody is on the wrong one. Hello. What is going on here? Am I live? All right. Hello, my family and my friends. And can you hear me? What's going on with the sound? There is no sound. Hello? There we are. Hey, Gio. Let me turn this one down right here. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I am live. Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Gio. Hello, Pandy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gio, for calling me. You can hear me. Okay, yeah. At first I couldn't hear anything. But how is everybody? That was a great live. I appreciate that. For a person that needs to hear everything I can hear to make sure I'm doing the right thing this time around. Not following after nobody, but just leading my own path and doing my own thing. And she said that we need to create something new. Hello, everybody. Well, today, I am going to be talking about new life, a new life. I have those of you that's been following me since last year, y'all know that I changed my whole life around, right? And so I always wanted to do a video about it, but I have not done it. I did, a few things. But just talking about when we and I don't have no script or nothing like that, so we going off the top of the head. But those be sometimes those be some of the good conversations. Hello. So I just want to talk about some things how it probably goes with what some of the things that what Gio was talking about, how when we decide to do something different with our life, what does it um what does it consist of? We because it consists of no, look, what does it consist of? Because it's not always just I'm up one day, you decide I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna do something different. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Um yes, it first it comes with a thought. It definitely comes with a thought first. Why did you think that way? Why are you thinking that you want to change your life? What's going on in your life right now that you want to change it? So you have to ask yourself that. What's going on in my life, and why do I want to change my life? And so we got to look at there's a greater reason why people want to change their life and why you want to do something different. You sometimes people do wake up in the morning and say, "You know what? I'm tired of doing this. I just want to do something different." So it comes with a thought first. I just want to do something different. It's not all that it may be for some people. It may be bad what they doing. They tired. You tired of it. You tired of going around and around and getting the same results, um and you feel like your life is not moving forward. You feel like you might be stuck in the circle. It's like, it got to be more to life. You know what I'm saying? It has to be more to life than this. And sometimes when we no, yeah, but sometimes when we are been doing things a certain way for so long, we think that, we might think like, how can I get out of this? How can I change? How can I do something different when I've been doing this for so long? It's a saying that our greatest enemy is ourselves. Our greatest enemy is our own self, our own thought process telling us that it's too hard, it's too difficult, it ain't gonna change. I know I just got to do too much in order to change my life. I got to do too much in order to take these different steps that I want to take. And that's why I'm saying that it comes with a thought first. And it don't happen overnight. For me, it took me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I wanted to change my life. It took me about almost 3 years to make the change. 3 years to make the change. I wanted to change. I wanted to stop doing. I've been doing. Y'all know. Y'all have been knowing me for a long time. I was doing daycare in my home for 25 years. 25 years. Um, and I went through a lot. Went through a whole lot with that. But as I got older, I felt like I needed to change. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to move out of, I didn't want to just like doing daycare, you will have to live in a certain area so that way you can get if you want to get people with vouchers because that's guaranteed money. But then you got to understand that living in a certain area comes with different, certain things that you might not want to that you might not want to put up with. It might not be as safe as you would like it to be because when you get older, you want to go outside, you want to sit on the porch, and you ain't even got to be older to do this, but you want to sit on the porch, you want to go outside, you want to, and don't have to worry about dodging bullets for real. I ain't even lying. Or worry about just those things that we worry about. You want peace. As you get older, you want some peace, you want some serenity, you want some quietness. I came up from a noisy place. Okay, I come from a big family, a lot of drama. The areas I lived in, a lot of drama. So you want something different. So I wanted something different all the way around. I am still in daycare, but I just don't do daycare in my home no more because I wanted to be able to come home and not my house not look like a daycare center. I wanted to be able to come home and relax when I want to come home. And when it's time for these people to go home, it's time for them to go home. So there's a lot of things that I wanted to change. But to change them, I had to change my mindset. I had to change my mindset. I had to tell myself the first thing I had to tell myself that I can do it. Because we think sometimes we'll get in a place where it's too hard. It's gonna take too many steps. It's like we'll talk, let's put it like this. Sometimes we'll talk ourselves out of $1 million. Hello. We will talk ourselves out of and I'm just saying $1 million. We'll talk ourselves out, we'll think ourselves out of $1 million because we think that we can't do it or that it's too hard or it's going to take too much in order to do it. Instead of just trying it. Yes, it is going to be a big change. Well, it's a saying that I'm trying to come up with. No something, no reward. I can't think of it. But for me, because I'm a Christian, because I believe in God, because I trust Him, I had to lean not unto my own understanding, in all my ways acknowledge Him so that He could direct my path, right? And my daughter she was a big help in me changing, going ahead and changing my life and taking the steps to change my life. She was a big help because the way I was thinking, what I wanted to do, she wanted that for me. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's somebody in your life that's close to you that want better for you. She wanted better for me. Not that she knew that I liked daycare, but she wanted me to be a little more freer, to be able to go where I want to go and do some things that I want to do and not be bound to the house, not be bound to the house all the time, or to live in the whatever area that I wanted to live in. So when she came along and she started talking about, my, you can do it, my, we can just get a house together and we can move together, and you can let go, you can change, you can be, stand, make that different, make that difference. And I had to believe in myself that I could do it. I had to believe that I had strength enough to do it. I had to let go, period, point blank. I had to let go of everything that I knew, everything that I held on for the last 25 years. I had to let go. I had to let go. I had to get rid of, go and let go and let go, let go and let God. I had to let go of everything. I had so much stuff in my house. I had to get rid of everything. And y'all, let me tell you something. When you are changing from something that you've been doing for 25 years to something new, it's a whole process. You go through different emotions. You go through the trial and the error process. So when I finally let go, and when I moved over here, I had to go through a lot of changes, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of that. A lot of changes because I was so used to just doing everything a certain way. So I had to let go, trust God, and do it differently. And when I first moved over into the house, and I'm gonna tell you something, it was a big change just moving back in with my daughter because I'm the mother. You know what I'm saying? I am the mother, and I never thought that I'm gonna live with one of my kids. Not till I got older. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't put me in no nursing home. So I never thought about that. But in order to make a change, it was easier for me to do this transition that I did. It was easier for me to let go. Yeah, getting rid of everything, getting rid of being by myself. After all my life, I never lived by myself. Never, ever, ever. I always had kids. I started having kids at 15. I had my children, or I was living with some man. I let them move in with me because I ain't never, whatever, until I got married. And I was married for, like, we was together for 18 years. But not until I turned 50 years old did I live in my own house by myself. Y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all don't know what I was missing out on. I lived by myself at 50 years old, and it was like so. It was hard at first, but the freedom to do whatever you want to do, say what you want to say, walk around farting and whatever you want to do in your own home, and not have to worry about it was freeing. It freed me. And in that process, I learned how to be self-sufficient. I learned how to depend on myself and not have to depend on somebody else. Yeah, if I needed help, I called my kids. You know what I'm saying? But I learned how to be not codependent. I learned how to love Stephanie more than I loved anybody else besides my children and my grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? So I learned all those things. And but to let go of a life that you had for 25 years, that's a whole new letting go. That's a whole new letting go. I'm telling you. That's a whole it's like it's a change. It was a change. It was a process, it was a change, it was a thought pattern, it was a process, it was a change, and then it was manifestation. And when it got manifested after I let go of everything and got rid of everything and came over here, let me tell y'all something. I felt lighter. I felt um I felt freer, but I also had to learn how to adapt to the atmosphere. What do I mean by that? I had to learn how to adapt to quietness. I had to learn how to adapt to being able to walk down the street and not have to watch my back all the time because that's not the neighborhood that I came from. I had to learn how to walk around the corner by myself and be all right with it. It took time. It took time. I had to learn how to just um like for one, I learned how to go to sleep a little bit earlier. It took time, Gio. If any of y'all that live in areas where you always is always some fighting or you always got to be on guard, because I've always had to be on guard, watch my back, and da 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 da. So that was a whole nother change I had to go through. Also, I had to learn how to relax, and I'm still learning how to relax. Let me tell y'all something. Because even though I'm not doing daycare in my home, I am doing daycare I got a job in a daycare center. And I like it. I like being a lead teacher in a daycare center. Why? Because of my create I get to still get to walk in my creativity. I get to, I'm over 2 year olds, which was against my better judgment. But I've been in this class since around Thanksgiving, and I've gotten used to it, and I like it, and it's cool. So I like the life that I have now, even though I had to get used to living with my family, living in a shared space with my daughter. I had to get used to being able to sit out on the porch and not worry about, something happening. I had to got used to walking down the street or going for a walk. Is it still a little anxiety if I'm out by myself? Yes, because I've been used to being on guard for so many years. The other thing I had to change is my finances. My finances when I had my own business, when I was doing daycare, I made more money. I ain't even gonna lie. I made more money than I'm making right now. Well, I'm making I had got back up to um a certain amount of money that I was used to making, that I was making when I was living over there. And I'm not too far from it now. But when I came over here, I had to it was the transition to find a job, to to have make sure I'm paying my bills, and I drove Spark, and I did home health care until because I was looking for a teaching job until I found this one. So that it was a transition with my finances also. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy mentally. Now my daughter wasn't pressing me. She gave me grace. She was like, she didn't have me paying like a whole lot of money or nothing like that. And I still don't pay a whole lot of money. I feel like, what I'm paying her is definitely not what I'm used to, because I'm so used to paying all my bills by myself. So there was no pressure on that. She wanted me to relax. She wanted me to, get myself together and find the job that I wanted. She wanted me to be in administration. So I get that. I ain't in administration yet. It's a lot of paperwork being in somebody else's administration. Not that I won't be there, but um but it was a change in my finances. Yeah, yeah, she is. She is a nice daughter. That's my oldest daughter. That's the mother. Y'all know the oldest one is always the mother. Anyway. So I had to change my finances. And even though the job that I have do not pay me exactly what I had with my other job, and I do drive Spark also, which helps to offset what I don't get from there. So it still brings me up to what I'm used to getting paid. Um but with that transition, it was good because I still have more freedom. So I still, with the transition that I made, it gave me a calmer mindset, if I can say that. Like, it gave me peace. Okay. It gave me in my body, like, I'm more calmer. I'm not like, I would have to because I stayed in an apartment, and I used to stay up late, real late at night. I used to stay up real late at night because I stayed by myself and everything. And so I told you I had to get used to staying by myself. I never used to like the dark because of some things that happened to me when I was younger. So that's for a whole nother story. So at night, I always have anxiety, even about if it's too dark. I don't like darkness. So I would sleep with my TV on. And so my daughter, she sleep, she like turn all the lights off. Ain't nobody got time to be paying no light bill while we sleeping. I get it. So, but being here, it helped me to get used to not having to sleep with the TV on. I don't have to sleep with the TV on no more because I'm in a house with other people. Of course, I say my prayers at night, but it gave me peace. I'm more relaxed. I'm at peace where I am now, as far as like with my finances. Of course, do I want to make more money? Who don't want to make more money? But the goal is to pay off my credit cards. And this other bill that I caused from all this work that I had to get done on my other car. So it gave me peace, it gave me relaxation, it gave me a change of mindset. I no longer have to worry about um is people gonna come get their kids on time. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta work all these long hours. I don't. I work 40 hours a week and I come home. And if I want to, but I drive on the weekend. I deliver groceries. I like shopping. So hey, I shop for somebody else and use their money and get paid for it. Why not? So I do Spark. I'm not gonna do Spark forever, but I do it. So change my life. So to sum it all up, I have changed my life. I feel good about it. I feel better about it. I feel calmer about it. I go to sleep earlier now, like 10 o'clock, sometimes 11 o'clock. I can sleep through the night. Every now and then, I still have problems with sleep because I'm in menopause, okay? But I get my rest. We take care of each other. She take care of me. I take care of her. She wants me to have a softer life, have an easier life. Mine, stop doing so much. Take care of yourself. My rest. Don't do that on the weekend. You need some rest. And I am okay with it. I'm okay with the change. The best thing that I did, y'all, and it ain't even been a year. The best thing that I did was let go. That's the best thing that I did was let go. So I'm telling you, I'm saying this, if you want to change your life, if you want something different, if you want something better for your life, don't be afraid of it. I used to say, somebody told me this a long, long time ago. She said to step out on faith. Step out on faith. And I stepped out on faith. And I trust God with all my heart, and I lean not unto my own understanding, because my own understanding will have me stuck. It'll have me in a place of living in fear. It'll have me, riddled with anxiety. It'll have me all of the above. And I'm excited about being able to go on some cruises with her, being able to go to Vegas, even though I'm still scared to fly. I'm still scared to get on a cruise. She, and y'all, let me tell y'all, the biggest thing I have gotten better at is driving with other people, because I could never drive with somebody else and not have anxiety. I went all the way to Missouri and my daughter drove the whole way. Did I have some anxiety? Yes, I did. But that helped me. I drive with her more. I drive with my grandson more. I drive with my granddaughter more. So even physically, spiritually, mentally, all of that, my is getting better. It's getting better, and I like it. And I feel like I'm more freer, letting go and letting God direct my path. Okay, because the sister gonna be 60 next year. I ain't got time to be stuck. All right. I only got another probably good 30 years before I'm real tired. But yep, so y'all, I just wanted to get on here and talk about that because I never made a video about it, but I'm glad I got an opportunity to come on here and talk about it. But I am in a good place in my life, and it's just gonna keep getting better. And it ain't even been a year yet, so I know it'll get better. It'll still get better because I'm still in the transition period. That's what I call it. Still in the transition period. But God got me, and He ain't gonna let me go. So yeah. I thank y'all for listening to me ramble on, and it feel good. I'm starting to feel real good about being in these groups, Gio. Yeah, even though I gotta get myself together and make sure my timing is on there, because I still work hard. I still do work hard because that's just who I am. I gotta still relax a little bit more. But I love you guys with the love of the Lord. I don't know exactly who is next. Um, I don't know exactly who is next, but if you could put it in here, and so we can go to that next person. I remember we did this before. I definitely enjoyed it. I love the Tuesday and Thursdays, y'all. Y'all, them is some hours. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. It's good to be on the team. So we will see y'all in Pandy's house next. I love you guys with the love of the Lord.